Chain sharpening. So making sure we've got our gloves on. So whenever we handle bar and chain, always have your gloves on. We don't just start anywhere sharpening the chains. We've identified them. We know it's a 325. We know that we need to maintain a filing angle of 30 degrees, which is indicated on the top of the chain by the little witness mark, which gives us a 30-degree angle. But what we need to do is go through the chain first of all and identify the smallest or most damaged cutter first of all. We can do this visually by eye, working around the chain, looking. Once we think we've identified the smallest, which could be here, we'll get a set of calipers. We'll set the calipers to point. We can check off against other cutters so we can clearly see this cutter here is much bigger. We'll then line the file on, holding the 30-degree line here, keeping the file parallel at the 30-degree line with the bar. We push through and we slowly work into the groove of the cutter, the gullet, to get our angle. Once we feel we've got the nice sharp edges, we re-check with the caliper. This is our first smallest cutter just been sharpened, so now we make sure that every cutter on the left hand side of the chain and the right hand side of the chain is the same size to allow for consistency and allow for straight cutting, so the saw achieves optimum cutting, reducing the vibration, reducing potential for kickback and aiding efficiency when cutting. So we then run through. We can see this cutter here is miles off. So we run through and nice and gentle, smooth strokes, work through, maintain that angle, 30 degrees, working through. Quite often you'll hear people talk about a 10-degree drop on the handle. If you aim for level, you naturally drop as you go through sharpening. Keep running through. Check again. Still got a long way to go. This chain's had a lot of damage. This chain needs an awful lot of work. Another check to see how far we're off. A bit more. Couple more. And we are there on that one cutter. And you can clearly see we have got a lot of work to do on this right hand side cutters. While chain sharpening may seem like a chore, but it's important we get it right. If chain sharpening is off, it throws out the rest of the maintenance. It will increase wear onto the guide bar. If a chain is pulling sideways, it increases the kickback or risk of kickback and increased vibration. So once we've actually gone through the whole chain and we've achieved equal length cutters on the left hand side and right hand side, what we need to do then is check the depth gauges and the guard links are the correct setting. If these are too high, we'll only produce dust and very small chips. The saw won't achieve optimum cutting. What we need is the correct setting. If we go too low, we increase vibration. The chain will actually become very aggressive and actually pull into the log as we're cutting. So we use depth gauge setting tool. We lay it over the cutters where we've sharpened. and we'll then feel to see if there's any catching, which there is, you can clearly hear it, on the depth gauges. Once we've done this, we need to lift the file guide slightly. We then flat file across a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, and then we recheck again. And again, we can hear still got a little bit of catching, so we dip it down. What this file guide is actually doing is protecting the cutter, which we've just sharpened. We don't want to destroy all that nice work by taking the edge off the cutter. Check again, teeny bit more, check again, and we're there. Once this cutter's done, we check the next cutting area. A little bit of catching there on the depth gauge, same angle, file, and check, and we're there. So it's important we get the depth gauges correct setting all the way around to allow the equal cutting, reducing the vibration and reducing the wear. And it enables the saw to achieve optimum cutting.